my channel. Today I'm here with my favorite fruity fresh fragrances for the summertime, you guys. These are juicy, these are fruity, these are fresh, beautiful fruity fresh fragrances. So if you guys want to see what they are, please keep watching. So you guys, I did my favorite summer fragrances that perform super well in the heat. I will link it up here and down in the description box. And I was super mad actually that I missed, especially in particular, one of the fragrances that I have here in this video. I missed that one. That one really performs well in the heat. It was hiding among my hundreds of fragrances, you guys. That's what happens when you have too many fragrances. So when I was picking up fragrances for that video, I missed that one and I was so mad that I missed that one. But I'm including that one in this video. I will tell you which one it is. I have in my hands right now one of the most refreshing, fruity summer fragrances that I have ever put my nose on. It's L'Impératrice by Dolce&Gabbana. This, you guys, people say it smells like watermelon, and it does smell like watermelon. More like an artificial watermelon, not the fresh kind. You know, the kind you get in bubble gum and stuff. But to me, this also smells like guava, you know, because the watermelon scent in here is actually kind of artificial. That kind of almost smells like guava. If you grew up with tropical fruits, you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of like a watermelony guava smelling fresh fragrance. Very fruity, very refreshing. This fragrance, you guys, is a very like floral, fruity, sweet, aquatic, rose, musky, powdery, woody scent. So you guys, this has a very like succulent, juicy, kind of tart, sour opening. I know it has kiwi and red currant and rhubarb. So red currant is kind of like black currant, or not as juicy, but like a juicy fruity note. There's kiwi, which I think is why I'm smelling guava in it. Like I can kind of see kiwi mixed with watermelon in the middle, kind of producing a guava smell. So there's kiwi and there's red currant and there's rhubarb in the opening. Rhubarb has that sort of sour, the tartness. Very refreshing. And in the middle you get that beautiful watermelon note. Oh goodness, it's very watery, like it gives this watery freshness, which is where that sort of aquatic accord comes from in this fragrance. It almost smells like it has not ambergris, but like watery notes that are not listed, not just watermelon watery, but also like other watery notes. That's how I feel like, because it smells very, very refreshing. And then in the middle you get the cyclamen flower. I think it's a synthetic note that's supposed to mimic what the cyclamen flower would smell like. I'm not that familiar with that note. And then I believe there's a bunch of other floral notes in the middle. It could be peony, it could be rose. So there's other floral notes in the middle. And in the base, you guys, you get sandalwood and grapefruit. How different is that? Grapefruit in the base? I don't ever remember any fragrance that I own having a citrus in the base like that. Honestly, I really can't recall. Usually it's in the opening, if not at least in the middle, you know, which is why this kind of carries through, that freshness carries right through to the dry down of this fragrance. Very refreshing. This is one of the most refreshing fragrances in my collection, you guys. This is amazing for blazing hot summer days, you guys. By the way, this is one that performs super well in heat. This is the one that I was so mad that I missed in my last video. It was hiding in my collection and I didn't see it when I was picking fragrances for my video. This is one of the most refreshing fragrances in my collection. Very fruity, very juicy, very refreshing, very aquatic. It's definitely one that performs really, really well in heat. By the way, you guys, Fragrantica is wrong. The notes listed in Fragrantica is not accurate. It lists like smoke in the base. There's no smoke in the base of this fragrance. There's nothing smoky about this fragrance. I don't know what they're smoking. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely, the base has even more refreshing notes like the, you know, like grapefruit, and then there's sandalwood in the base. I mean, there might be other woody notes in here. There might be a little bit of musk, but definitely there's no smokiness about this fragrance. Like I said, I think that kiwi and watermelon together kind of make it smell like guava almost, you know? That's what it smells like to me more than watermelon. And the watermelon note in here smells more like an artificial watermelon. Very refreshing fragrance for a hot day. You can be like spraying it on a hot day, you guys, to refresh, feel refreshed. It's almost like a spritzer, you know, like really refreshing, like sort of body spray almost. Really nice. And by the way, this is Eau de Toilette, very light fragrance. Again, and it performs super amazing in heat, in hot weather. By the way, l'impératrice mean the empress in French. I don't see the connection between an empress and a very fruity, refreshing summer fragrance, but hey, this is l'impératrice by Dolce&Gabbana. Next one is one of my latest additions to my collection, you guys. And when I first sprayed it, it took a little while for me to warm up to it, but it is a beautiful fragrance. I especially like the dry down. This is Creed AVENTUS for Her. This one is a very like citrusy, fruity, fresh fragrance. It's fruity, it is woody, it's citrus, it's musky, it's fresh. There's floralness to it, it's ambery, there's slight little soft spiciness to it, and there's a tinge of greenness. So this fragrance opens with a bunch of citruses like lemon and bergamot. Then there's a green apple note, I believe, in here. There's pink pepper. There's a violet note in the opening. And there's patchouli, I believe, also in the opening, which can rub people the wrong way sometimes. But I don't find it to be too like in your face. But the opening, I will say this. It took me a little bit to warm up to the opening of the fragrance. But I definitely love the dry down of this fragrance. I mean, like that opening lasts, what, like a few seconds, you know? And then it settles into that middle, and that dry down, so beautiful. So in the middle you get rose and sandalwood and musk and styrax, you guys. Styrax is a like a note that has like woody nuances to it, and you get a very juicy kind of base with floral, gorgeous floral notes. You get blackcurrant. Usually you get blackcurrant in the opening, you guys. Like I almost feel like maybe they should maybe keep the blackcurrant in the base, but if they had put blackcurrant in the opening, you know, perhaps instead of patchouli, and switch the patchouli to the base, this would have been better. Like, because that patchouli in the opening can rub people the wrong way in this fragrance. Some people don't like patchouli, you know what I mean? And they should keep the blackcurrant in the base, because that really gives it such a beautiful, like juicy dry down, you know? And there's peach in there, adding to that juiciness of the dry down of this fragrance. And then there's ylang ylang, which is a gorgeous yellow floral. And there's lilac, which is such a beautiful powdery kind of floral note. And then there's amber, which is kind of gourmandish, resinous kind of note, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I think if they didn't put patchouli in the opening, switch that patchouli to the base notes, and then put blackcurrant in the top, maybe keep blackcurrant in the base too, I think it would have been better. The opening takes some getting used to, but it dissipates right away, and then you get that beautiful middle and base. I just love the base notes in here. The base is, the dry down is amazing. So yeah, it's a very refreshing, sort of beautiful, fruity, woody, fresh kind of fragrance for summertime. Like I said, you guys, that blackcurrant note, it's a very like a fruit burst kind of freshness that you get with the blackcurrant note. Just love that note. Anytime you have that in a fragrance, I love it. So yeah, this is Creed AVENTUS for Her, you guys. So next I have a fragrance that I recently purchased. I purchased this during the Sephora VIB sale, and I featured this in my VIB sale haul. I'll link it up here and down in the description box. This one, you guys, is a fragrance that I heard my very good friend Lalada Beauty here on YouTube talk about. She loves this fragrance. It's a gorgeous, sort of fruity, kind of slightly gourmandish like summertime fragrance. There's mango in here, there's a rice note in here. It's very interesting. This is none other than Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. So don't be fooled by the color of the bottle, you guys. This is not really like a dark fragrance at all. Like I said, I heard my good friend Lalada Beauty talk about this. I will link her channel down in the description box for you guys. She's such a sweetheart, you guys. She's so sweet. She's very good-hearted. I really love her. I'm very glad that she's my friend. Yeah, so I bought this during the VIB sale haul, you guys. This one is different from what I expected it to be. I kind of was, you know, thinking in my head it would smell something like Cruz Del Sur II, the Xerjoff one. Kind of with the, you know, like that tropical, like fruit cocktail kind of thing. But this isn't. This is more, smells more like an actual like perfume. The mango in here, I don't necessarily get a strong mango note in here, but there is a rice note in here which I sort of pick up. But they're all well blended, you guys. Like, really no one note stands out in this fragrance. There is a citrusiness. I'm definitely picking that up. In the opening, there's a lot of citruses. I believe there's like grapefruit and lemon in the opening with pink pepper. So it's a very like bubbly, sort of citrusy, fresh opening. And in the middle, you get that mango note, the rice note, and coconut. Again, the coconut, I'm not exactly picking up like a strong coconut note. And in the base you get tonka bean and vetiver. Very unique, like with the citrus opening and that, you know, mango and rice and coconut in the middle, like for it there to be tonka bean in the base. Very, very different. So that vetiver gives like slightly earthiness to this fragrance. It definitely is not what I expected it to be. I think this is the kind of fragrance you should wear like at nighttime during the summer. This would really be like a great nighttime summer fragrance. But I would say it goes from day to night if you wanted to. Like, it's something you can wear kind of all day. But I would personally wear this nighttime during the summertime. Very nice fragrance. It's a good vacation fragrance. It's a good summertime fragrance. So yeah, this is Moonlight in Heaven by Kilian. Next, I have a fragrance that would be perfect for a vacation. It's very tropical. It's from one of the fragrance houses I just began exploring. It's from Memo, Paris. This is Tamarindo by Memo. This one, you guys, is very much a tropical, fruity fragrance. It's very beautiful. It's very sweet, fruity, white floral, citrus, tropical, warm, spicy, patchouli, vanilla type fragrance. It opens with a bunch of beautiful citrus notes like bergamot, orange, and then there is cardamom. There's a slight hint of cardamom, which I barely pick up in the opening, to be honest. You guys, this fragrance opens with a beautiful bunch of citruses like bergamot, orange, mandarin orange, and there's like a slight hint of cardamom in there, which I barely pick up in the opening, to be honest. Oh, and what I smell really well is that gorgeous pineapple fruity note in there in the middle, you guys. Ooh, I can smell the pineapple. And then there's also peach, there's coconut in here, and there's a bunch of white and yellow florals like tuberose, ylang ylang, and jasmine. And in the base you get that beautiful vanilla and benzoin, very vanilla, sweet base with patchouli for that lasting power. This one's a really good one to bring along on your vacation. Great tropical fragrance to bring along on your tropical vacation, you know what I mean? Amazing one by Memo Paris. This is Tamarindo by Memo Paris. So the next fragrance I have, you guys, is a very fruity, very sweet, fruity fragrance for the summertime. This smells like a fresh fruit summer drink that you get served in a tropical resort, for example, like a drink that has papaya, mango, guava, that type of, you know, like fresh fruity drink. Oh, it smells so good. This is none other than Cruz Del Sur by Xerjoff. This one, I want to eat it, you guys. It's so delicious. Ooh. There it is, you guys. That mango note in here is very strong. There's pineapple in here. It's very much like a fresh fruit drink. So it's a very much a fruity, sweet, tropical, lactonic kind of fragrance. So in the opening, you get that gorgeous mango you smell right away when you spray this fragrance. And pineapple, there's guava, and then there's apple blossom with those fruity notes in the opening. So delicious. In the middle, you get that juicy blackcurrant note with that juicy, fresh burst, you know. And then there is a bunch of really beautiful exotic florals. And then there's violet leaf. And another thing I smell very well in this fragrance is beautiful dried fruits that are in the base of this fragrance with that milk note, which what gives this fragrance that lactonic vibes. And this is why people say this kind of smells a little bit like a pina colada, which I can see because, you know, pina colada has like that lactonic and pineapple-y kind of fruity vibes. But to me, this smells more like a fresh fruit drink, really. I do get the lactonic, but I'm not going pina colada with that quite. But I can see what they're saying. And then there is musk, vetiver, and cedar in the base. Oh guys, this is such a beautiful summer fragrance for an amazing tropical getaway. This would be great for that. Definitely for vacation, perfect fragrance for your summertime tropical getaway. This is Xerjoff Cruz Del Sur II. So next I have one I actually included in my other summertime fragrances video too, but this one is definitely a very juicy, fruity rose fragrance, you guys. This one's Liaisons Dangereuses by Kilian. Oh, this is very beautiful. This is like, has this juicy freshness about it from that gorgeous blackcurrant note, you guys. Very refreshing for summertime. It's a very fruity, sweet rose, like aromatic, woody, musky, powdery, like floral, fresh, spicy scent. It opens with a bunch of really delicious, juicy, fruity notes like blackcurrant with that burst of fresh, fruity, like burst, you know, that blackcurrant gives to fragrances. It's very refreshing. There's peach, there's plum, which is also very juicy, and there's coconut complementing those juicy, fruity notes in the opening, which makes it very almost kind of tropically, you know. And in the middle you get rose and geranium, which complement each other very well. There's that sensual sandalwood, and there's also amberette, I believe. Amberette is muskmallow. And in the base you get that gorgeous vanilla, like a good dose of vanilla. There's woody notes, there is vetiver, there's musk, there's that sensual sandalwood. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I think it's a very juicy, fruity rose kind of fragrance for the summertime. This is Liaisons Dangereuses by Kilian. Next I have another amazing fragrance that would be a sexy, fruity, sweet one, and fresh also for the summertime. You can wear this on a date night during the summer. Very much a must-have for the summer. There's a gorgeous pineapple note in here. I'm talking about Girl of Now Shine, particularly the Shine version. The original Girl of Now would be more appropriate for, like, you know, slightly colder months, and I would say that one is something you can wear all year round. But this one is definitely, you know, like the bottle suggests, definitely, look at the color of the juice, by the way, definitely a good one for summertime. This is very, very fruity, very sweet, amazing, like sexy too. Perfect for summertime date. It's very sweet, very fruity. The sweet and fruity are like the top chords. It is kind of almondy, nutty. There is almond in here too, just like the original. It's very vanilla. There's white florals in here. There is woodiness. It's very fresh. It has fresh notes, it's powdery, and it has got yellow florals in it as well, which makes it very tropically. So you guys, it opens with a beautiful pineapple note. You can smell that pineapple right as soon as you spray it on. And that pear, that feminine pear complements that pineapple, the juicy pineapple in the opening. And then there is mandarin orange, I believe, and there's pistachio, just like the original one. And in the middle you get that gorgeous almond note with a bunch of white and yellow florals like ylang ylang. There's orange blossom, I believe, with jasmine. And in the base you get that gorgeous vanilla, dose of vanilla with patchouli and violet, which adds a slight bit of powderiness to this fragrance. Very much a juicy, fruity, sweet, delicious, summertime date fragrance if you ask me. This is Girl of Now Shine. So next I have a gorgeous sort of fruity white floral fragrance, but the fruitiness in this fragrance is very like prominent. You can smell that gorgeous jasmine too. It's named after it, but fruity is a very like much a main accord in this fragrance. This is Jasmine Wisp by Yuqawam. This one, you guys, oh, it's a must for me. This is very beautiful, fruity, fresh fragrance. That fruitiness, that tropical fruitiness comes from that beautiful passion fruit note in here, you guys. You know how much I love passion fruit in my summer fruity fragrances. This opens with a bunch of really nice, fresh citrus notes like orange, there's lemon, there's grapefruit, I believe. And in the middle, you get a bunch of really nice, juicy fruit notes. There's passion fruit, there's pear, which is very feminine, you know, it's a feminine note. There's peach, which is also juicy feminine note. And there's coconut, which makes it very tropically. And then there's white florals in the middle, including jasmine, of course. And in the base, you get vanilla and tonka bean, making it like very sweet and vanilla in the dry down. And there's amber, which is also kind of a gourmand resinous note. I love this thing. This is a must for me for summertime. It's something you can bring on your vacation. It's definitely a tropical vacation fragrance. You can wear this all throughout the summer. Amazing, fruity, sweet, fresh fragrance for summertime. This is Yuqawam Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi. Next, I have a fragrance from a house that I've mostly forgotten about. I used to wear a lot more of these when I was much younger, but I really still adore it. I know a lot of people say, oh, their fragrances all blend together. I kind of agree, but I also disagree. I don't think that all the fragrances from this house smell alike. I'm talking about Escada Magnetism, you guys. This one is my favorite Escada fragrance, you guys. This one is actually really beautiful, more than any other ones that I have smelled before. From this house. So there's something very fruity and sweet about this fragrance, but there's a greenness that kind of cuts through that sweetness and kind of like moderates it and balances it in this fragrance. It's very fruity, very sweet, kind of green, fresh, aromatic. There's something woody about this. It's caramel, it's vanilla, it's floral. This has like the most complex fragrance pyramid, you guys, although it's an affordable fragrance. Really, like in the opening, has like a bunch of really juicy, delicious fruity notes. You get red currant and black currant, so that juicy burst of fruity freshness from the black currant and red currant in here. There's melon, I believe, in here. And there's lychee, there's pineapple, there's cassis, which is where the greenness comes from. Cassis is not a fruity note, you guys. Cassis is like the leaf. I think the leaves of the blackcurrant, I believe, is what cassis is. And in the middle, you get like some green notes, and then there's heliotrope, there's iris, so it's kind of powdery notes. There's beautiful white florals, there's jasmine, magnolia, there's freesia, and then there's rose, and I believe there's also kind of caraway in the middle, which gives it a little bit of like a licorice kind of vibe. And in the base, there's a slight hint of gourmand, you guys, with caramel and vanilla. Although this is a very fresh summertime fruity green fresh fragrance, there's a slight hint of gourmand in the dry down in the base. And then, like I said, there's caramel, there's vanilla and benzoin actually. So vanilla and benzoin, which makes it very like high in vanilla sweetness. And then there are other amazing base notes like sandalwood with that sensual touch. There's vetiver, there is amber with that resinous gourmand touch. And then there's patchouli for lasting power. This lasts a pretty long time on my skin. It's a very beautiful sort of fruity, fresh, floral summer scent with a slight hint of gourmand in the base. Beautiful Escada Magnetism, guys. So you guys, those are my amazing fruity summertime fragrances. They're juicy, they're fruity, they're sweet. Nice burst of fruity freshness in these fragrances. I enjoy them so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, ring that notification bell so that you will be notified every time I upload, so you won't miss any of my videos, you guys. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Please let me know down in the comments section. I look forward to hearing your comments. So you guys, I will see you in my next video.